Good morning, good morning. We're just chilling out. We just got through digging the hole for finally the sign. My daughter bought me a new hat. I feel good about that. You know, the other hat I wore it there. So, we're chilling out, thinking about when I first came here last year. It was like kind of rough, you know, rough. We couldn't find the right contractors. People want to overcharge, and we kept on doing things day by day on our own. And now we got 95% of the work done. Only thing left is the little small things, you know. So we're really moving forward, you know, forward. And I can't wait until we get the animals. You know. And the younger generation, they'll be crazy about the goats, maybe a couple of cows, you know, whatever my daughter wants, you know.
Little Sarai would be so excited if we did get some animals, especially goats and some chickens. She
Yeah.
would have a ball.
Oh my God.
She
Yeah.
would be, she would run all around this place if we had some animals.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because if she's enjoying the plants right now, and she did when I had the backyard farm operation, she did love feeding the chickens. She wasn't even scared of feeding them grub worms. So that would be so nice.
And the fact that I think the last video when we took all the watermelons,
Oh my God.
we had a ball. We had a ball. Let me tell you something. Juicing the watermelons, tastes a whole lot better than the store-bought watermelons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was fresh, and the smell was real strong, you know. And it was good for the body. Believe me, it was good for the body.
We just add a little bit of lemon for preservative, and my dad likes his with some ginger in it. So yeah, that's what we did. But pretty much the kids drank all of the freshly squeezed watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
They had such a good time with that. And so it's good to be able to show them the benefits of growing your own food, you know, and seeing it from that perspective. Sarai, my little cousin Sarai, got to see the seeds go into the ground, see them grow, and then to be able to experience the harvest. So to see that full cycle is something that is beneficial for the children.
Yeah, and this property reminded me back in the 50s. I think during the time I came up, about 4 or 5 years of age, I think the nearest house to us was like a half a mile, you know, a half a mile. And it's so peaceful and quiet, and it brought me back to nature. You know, brought me back to meditation. I could hear real good now. You know, oh my God! You know, I see the different animals, and I'm blending in with nature. I feel real humble, real blessed, and relaxed. Don't have all that 9 to 5 attention. You know, got to get up in the morning. I got to make it back in. You know, all that heavy-duty traffic and stuff like that. Just chill out, do what you want to do, and reorganize your life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. Reorganize your life and live life the way that you want to live in a positive manner. And that's what we're doing, you know. And how about the soil, the planting? All the planting turned out pretty good with that soil, you know. They say it was too acidic. What terminology they use? Acidic.
Acidic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And,
It just needed to be amended slightly, and we were able to grow. So like you saw in the previous videos, you saw the watermelon, you saw us test out the tomato plant, and also the bell peppers and the corn, and also the, what is it? Pumpkins.
yeah, pumpkin kids were
Yeah.
crazy about the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to say about buying property. A whole lot of people that are not into architectural engineering, they're not into going online, looking at property from the plot plan. That's the upper view, looking down. You know, it's not hard. It's very, very easy. And if me and my daughter we could take our time, and this whole area used to be like this bushy woods, vines, I mean, you name it, rocks. And we took our time each day. Just took our time, little by little. Just the two of us, you know. The amount of stuff we did ourselves. The real major stuff, we hired subcontractors to come in and do the work.
Right.
The fencing, the removal of the burn pile, some mulching.
Clearing of the roots.
Yeah, clearing up the roots. And our friend Mr. Brown did a hell of a job. Brown did a hell of a job. And excavating and cleaning up the place, you know. So like I said, we 95%, you know. Now we just take our time and whatever direction that we decide to go, we can go, you know. This it's very, very beautiful. Look how quiet it is, you know.
It's not quiet. I can hear insects.
Yeah, you hear
I can hear the deer walking. I can hear the birds. Yeah, it's a lot of nature sounds out here.
Oh man,
It makes it amazing.
Yeah, and this environment out here give you a chance when you have your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews, your family members. You could get them away from technology.
That's true.
And get them back in
tune with nature.
And nature, and in tune with their skills. Like when I went to school back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, we had in our school, Mays High School, that's in Goose, Florida. We had wood shop. My brother, I mean, ain't nothing my oldest brother can do. Wood shop, we had agriculture, we had mechanics, we had interior designing, we had graphic art, we had printing, you know. And we need to get our young generation away. Technology is good in its own right, but we have to get our young generation back to these things, you know.
The basics.
Yeah, the basic. Yeah, the basic.
And you know, when you say technology is good in its own right, there's technology that's constructive, and then there's the stuff that's very toxic and doesn't lead to anything. I think a lot of times we're pushing our children into watching these cartoons and passive type of things on their devices that are not leading them to anything positive. So yeah, I think it's important to get them back, because I know a lot of the school systems don't offer woodshop like they used to, and don't offer like hands-on skills like learning about plumbing and electricity, and even learning how to drive, that kind of stuff. They don't offer that in a lot of schools anymore. So it's good to try to get your children away from the busy aspects of living close to the city and get them closer to where there is the rural life.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's children that's out here in the country that know how to drive heavy duty tractors and stuff like that, you know? So why not expose your child to that if you have the capability of offering them that type of lifestyle?
Yeah, when I was in school, and auto mechanics, especially I like talking about my brother, because he's just a gifted person. My oldest brother, Jewel. They built a 327 engine. I mean, the instructor, the teacher, taught them how to build an engine from scratch. You know, scratch. And they don't do that no more. You know, you have to go to a trade school. You have to go to that, and they should bring all that back in public schools, you know.
But if they don't have it in public schools, if you have enough land, you can bring that on your land and have an instructor come out to your property and then teach the youth that. There's always opportunity as long as you have enough space to be able to do it. You can't do it in a lot of these HOAs, in these subdivisions with all these restrictions. So what's good about having land for yourself is that you can have classes like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, since they don't want to put it in public school, you control your, you know, the things that you want to interject into the youth.
Yeah.
So that's what I think personally.
And for as food, when I came up, I don't see this more. When I came up, we had turnips, we had rutabaga, we had mustards, greens, and what is the green from the islands that the Nansubians and the Jamaicans.
Talking about cantaloupe or callaloo?
Yeah, cantaloupe, yeah.
Callaloo.
Yeah, we went over to the house, oh my God, you know. And you go to the grocery store now, you don't see that, you know. You know, so when you decide, if you decide to get your own property and develop your own food, you got to go back to the basic for your family, the health of your family. You know, raise, if they don't have a seed in it, leave it alone. It has to have a seed in it. Even when you go to the different stores, like bananas, they got the seedless bananas and the seedless bananas. The organic bananas, non-organic bananas. You know, you have to. If it costs a little bit more, but it's going to be beneficial to you in the long run, and that's what you have to look out for. The food that is beneficial to your family in the long run, you know. And by getting you, how many acres you think a person should invest in?
Tell you the truth, I think a minimum of 5. But if you don't have the opportunity to have that kind of space and to grow your own food, there's always local farmers that you should, especially the organic non-pesticide farmers, that you should patronize. And if you can't patronize them, if you have just a little space, even on your balcony and sometimes in your kitchen, you can start growing little food wherever you're at. Just start where you are. I started with that small backyard. Yeah. I mean, my dad gave me the money for it to get 40 raised beds, a greenhouse, and also a chicken coop. So in my backyard was less than it was about 1/4 of an acre. You know, it was really small. So even if you cannot have a lot of land, I suggest 5 acres. But if you can't, then at least start where you are.
Yeah,
so you can get basic skills. You know, sometimes you don't know the growing season of the zone that you're in. Zones are so important. I'm in a 8B zone. So of course I can never grow like major tropical fruits and stuff like that. So I had to learn the zone of this area, and sometimes you have to practice in the area that you're growing in order to see the cycle of things, what to grow in the fall, what to grow in the spring, in the summer, and even in winter. So that's why it's good to start where you are.
And don't worry about making mistakes, you know. You learn from your mistakes.
Made a lot of mistakes. Because those insects will drive you crazy in the weeds. So you learn how to maneuver around that as long as you get started. There was one guy online saying this past watermelon season, his watermelons didn't even grow. They just kind of shriveled up and died, you know? So the thing is, you learn as you go. You learn that, hey, it's probably good to get that soil test from your extension office for free prior to putting seeds into the ground. You learn that certain things require more water than others. Certain things require more fertilizer than others. So it's all in practicing. If you don't practice, then it's going to be hard to figure out what each individual produce or crop needs. So,
you know, when I was in college, I had a track scholarship running high hurdles. And don't think I never failed on them bad boys. But I got up and figured out the mistakes I made, and I kept on going. Life's like that, you know. You're going to have your ups and downs, but you don't give up on your dreams. And
hurdles are no joke. Not a lot of people would do hurdles.
I had a full scholarship running. That was the best in disguise.
Yeah.
You know, people didn't have the money.
Yeah.
But you don't give up on yourself.
That's true.
You know, you keep going, but make sure your vision be in color. no black and white vision in your mind. Don't pay no attention to them. But your vision has to be vividly in color. When they're in color, then you can bring them towards you. People say you're going towards your dreams. You don't go towards your dreams and your vision. You make them come to you. Come to you, come to you, and come to you.
That's true, because most of the items that's on my vision boards about this farm, and then some of the other things, they were all in the one. I had two vision boards, one that was written in black and white, and the other one that is in color. Most of the stuff that's on my color vision board actually came into fruition, came into existence. So that is definitely true.
And another thing, when I was back in the 50s, I remember my grandmother had a picture of a house. It was this house was by itself, it was way out in the country. And I fell in love with that picture, but after she passed away, I don't know who got the picture or what happened to the picture. Well, I thought I would never see that image again in my life. And I didn't know that it would come through my daughter. That same picture would come through my daughter, I can't explain it, but I see it, and it manifests itself right here on this property,
Well, a lot of people do say DNA has memory.
Yeah,
and that could be it too.
Yeah, I can't explain it.
I'm open to a lot of that kind of stuff, that whatever he might have seen in his childhood and growing up before I was created and brought into this world, it could have manifested through his DNA, and whatever he might have pictured or experienced have been passed on. Yeah, they say trauma passed on, so why not something beautiful?
Yeah, because
being able to pass on.
When I looked at it from the bird's eye view on Google, right? Remember I told you, I said this is the exact picture that I seen in my grandmother's living room. Except there wasn't a house on. It's not a house on this property, but the trees and everything looked exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So. There's a whole lot of things that we can't explain, but it's happening,
It's happening. Like they say, you have 5 senses. That's not the truth. You have way more than 5 senses. Don't believe what they tell you.
Yeah.
Because there's things that happen all around us that is wondrous, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, it's not all about, I think in the previous video I was talking about the fact that it's not all about us. It's the same thing that the older people did for us, we have to do for the new people, young generation that's coming in, are already here. Each one teach one, So everything is turning out very, very beautiful. We just waiting for the cool off a little bit, and we're gonna finish the sign. Tiffany's Farm, the sign. So we're gonna let y'all see the final results of that. So I hope y'all really like our videos. Please hit the subscribe button and press like, and we'll keep you updated to everything that we're doing. We're always doing something positive. If it's just 30 minutes, an hour, a half a day, we're always doing a little bit at a time, moving in a positive direction. So enjoy this video, and I hope it's a teachable moment.
I hope you're inspired.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.